tell me if you agree with this. I simultaneously think that the average person is largely uninformed about politics, and also that politics occupies way too much space in our lives and culture. I don't think that's a contradiction. The issue is that politics is treated as just another type of entertainment product. I strongly agree with this, even though I am not a big fan of this guy. These days, it is routine to hear strangers who just met each other 30 seconds ago talking to each other about Trump. There have been multiple times I've been at a restaurant and heard the next table over talking to the waitstaff about Trump. The type of small talk conversations that used to be about sports or the weather, these days, it's all about one guy. And I think the reason why simultaneously politics has become inescapable, but also people don't seem super informed about it, is that Donald Trump realized, maybe before anyone else, that what this media ecosystem needs is content in vast quantities. The problem is that when you combine politics with content, you tend to just get content. Like politicians have known forever that you need to do things for publicity, but once upon a time, it was a really good quote for the newspaper or a really good soundbite, like one of those a week would do it. The reason Trump has spent the last decade spending day and night on Twitter or one of the Twitter clones is that he realized you need to have an outrageous statement out there multiple times per hour. Look at it this way. There are 27 million paid content creators in the United States right now. We're talking YouTubers and Twitch streamers and TikTokers, and what those people need above all else is something to talk about, something that will get engagement. Donald Trump is the best thing that has ever happened to these guys. He makes himself available. He gives them an avalanche of stuff to talk about. He will go on their shows and talk for hours. The problem, in my opinion, is that this does something subtle to your brain when you start to see this as all just another type of entertainment. I am not saying that none of Trump's followers actually care about policy. I am saying that he simultaneously exists as a presidential candidate and as a pro wrestling heel. That the things he does are not for his supporters. It is for two audiences, his supporters and his haters, because both are ready to make content out of it. And that once you see this as just one more thing to argue about, like football or some celebrity scandal, then it really does kind of stop being real in your mind. And this creates a paradox because the opposition thinks that the solution to this is to be louder and louder in your accusations, to be more and more dire in your predictions of what will happen if he wins, to be more and more dramatic in your language. But there's a reason he just leans into that stuff, because what content creator doesn't love drama? For many Americans, the primary thing we do in life is consume media. Like, add up the amount of time the average person spends staring at a screen versus doing literally anything else. There is probably not a single American having the conscious thought, I hope Trump wins because it will make my screens more entertaining to look at for a while. What I will say is that there's a vast media ecosystem out there that doesn't just want him to be in the spotlight, but needs him to be.